Namaste. So this is a little short video on how to sit. So often when I teach yoga in my, weekly classes, a lot of students that come that are newer to yoga very much round through their spine. So to get a look sideways, it looks something like this. So I'll take away my height, okay? So when they come, they sort of sit forward, their shoulders round forward, their lower back is taken into a forward bend instead of into its natural curves. So it's more inflection, isn't it, through the lower back coming forward. So even if I encourage them to lift and roll down the shoulders, if there's a tightness through the hips and a lack of strength through the spine, this will still happen. This will still happen, even if the cues are given. So what can you do? You can place a little bit of height under your sitting bones. So for me, I use a crescent moon cushion. It is a perfect shape for lifting the sitting bones a little higher, I'll just show you, than your knees. So see how my hips now become higher. My pelvis becomes higher, a little higher in my seat than my knees. So then what is meant to happen as the openness through the hips develops and the inner and outer thighs, so the hip rotators, etc., and the hamstrings, you will be able to release down through the knees. Now, we're all made differently. So anatomically, how your bones sit in your hip socket may also be an indicator if the knees will get possibly as low as mine. They might stay a little more upright, but you may sit with more ease, even if that is the case, if that is how you're made, by placing a little bit of height under your sitting bones. So instead of this happening in your yoga class or your personal practice, this is what is happening. There's a sense of being able to get a lifting action, almost like you're taking the heart up towards the sky or the ceiling, and you're not rounding through the lower back. You're honoring the natural curves of your spine, and the spine is at its most lengthened and most upright when you allow it to be in its natural curves. And as well, the bones are upon bones then, so you have a lot more support. So if you're thinking, well, I don't have a crescent moon cushion and I don't want to invest in one, let's look around. I'm in my lounge. I have a beautiful yoga studio, but I'm filming this in my lounge. So what have I got? I've got a cushion just off my couch. So let's see if this works. Placing it under the sitting bones. Okay, for me, it's not as firm as a crescent moon cushion, but it does the job. You could even use two perhaps and see how that feels for you. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Okay, what else could you have? Possibly you may have a throw rug that is firm rather than you don't want it to be too light and too flimsy. So you want like a beautiful, a Mexican cotton or just a beautiful cotton blanket. I've folded it from a rectangle shape into a half shape, and I'm just going to simply sit on it. Once again, I feel a little more at ease in my seat. So taking me from this to this. So I would suggest, I'm going to get my crescent moon cushion back because I enjoy it so. I would suggest exploring a little more height under the buttocks, and I suggest coming right up on your sitting bones. So you almost feel like at times you might be rocking a little too far forward, just to get that felt sense of where your sit bones are, your ischial tuberosities. It's easier to say sitting bones. And then I suggest coming back, rocking a little and then coming forward, rocking back a little, coming forward right towards your sitting bones, and then taking yourself back a little, and then getting that place of symmetry that is a place of symmetry for your body. We're all very different, so it will feel a little different. So I hope this short little tutorial on how to sit has been useful by using a prop. Namaste.